Hey everyone, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where we're about to give you a full recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Well, hello, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where you get a full recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives from your three favorite hosts. I'm one of them, Tony Moore, and next to me I have the host whose hair is higher than Jesus rising today.
Mark J. Freeman.
That was probably so wrong.
Couldn't have been said on the most appropriate for me, probably.
And we have our newest co-host,
the always handsome, always funny Matthew Evan Paine.
the one who gives himself all the accolades.
Someone's got to.
And thank you guys for tuning in live. And if you didn't catch us just a moment ago with Heather Lindell from Days of Our Lives, who played Jan Spears, make sure you check out that interview that is posted on AfterBuzz TV. Also, we are on social media, so make sure you like us, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On Instagram and Facebook, we're DISHIN Days, and on Twitter, we are _DISHIN Days. The ad is implied.
The ad is implied. He beat me to it.
Well, you know, I knew you were gunning for it,
Yeah,
so I
wheels
had
were
to,
spinning.
Yeah, so we're getting off to quite a late start, and we want to make sure we cover everything. So, and I want to forewarn you, stay tuned. We have some stuff coming up, special announcements and things like that. So don't go anywhere. But at this time, it is now time to start DISHIN Days. Such a heavy job you have.
I know.
All right, so let's get right into the very top storyline with John, Paul, Yoling, and Marlena, Rafe, and Steve. Can I just say, before we get into the storyline, I have to mention this tweet that I got. So remember last week, we were giggling at the last name Robichaud?
Mm-hmm. Robichaud.
Yeah, Robichaud. I got a tweet from a fan who said, be careful, because there are people they know people who are named Robichaud. And so you don't want to come across as like mean. And I thought about it for a second. I was like, it wasn't anything that we were doing to like make fun of the name Robichaud. We were more so coming from the place of we've known him as John Black, and it's like, what if it was Robichaud?
Yeah.
And we went through all the people.
And
who
even
would
if
be
I was
named
making fun of the name Robichaud, get over it.
Yeah,
make fun
we were
of
having
all
a
you want.
kiki here in the DISHIN
like,
Days
whatever,
studio.
people.
It made us giggle. So
I got a message today as I was getting ready, as I was ironing my beautiful shirt. I got a message saying Marlena Robichaud, LOL, and that's worth
because
it.
it makes you giggle at, like, she's not Marlena Evans, she's Marlena Robichaud.
Yes.
Like, we would have had to get used to that. So yeah,
People need to get over it.
yeah. So so speaking of
Oh my God, the last name Robichaud?
I know. Oh my gosh, all that Robichaud backlash.
Mark, I have to tell you, well, first of all, I'm just so happy that you're here.
Thank
Again,
you.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
I don't know. I just felt like
I'm
saying
back.
it. People in the chat room like, haven't seen Mark in forevs.
I was here
I don't
last
know.
week.
I know, but it's
Lord, it was 2 weeks.
But
It
it's
was
nice
2
having you
weeks.
back.
2 weeks.
Last week I was here.
I know, but I mean, before that, it was 2 weeks.
But I thought about you. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. I thought about you this week when I was watching the storyline with the 8 characters that Tony just mentioned. When
The 8 characters? Oh,
Yeah.
the whole gaggle of...
right, John, Paul, Yoling, Marlena,
All
Rafe,
of them.
Steve. When Yoling took the poison.
Well, I didn't see it. Because mine cut out to...
The special report.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to go hunt that down. He's dead. Okay. So I didn't actually see how it happened.
He's dead, and they killed another storyline before it began, and that was my thought. You've said that like 3 or 4 times since I've been here.
That's Welcome to Days.
I know.
Let's set it up. Let's even do a Soap Opera Digest interview about how amazing this is going to be, so we can make it horrible.
They killed
Angry?
it.
No.
Okay.
Just
bitter.
Speaking.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I was kind of with you, Mark. The special report came on, and I was like, oh no. And then I was like, well, they'll show what happened.
Well, because it was so short too,
Yeah.
that I was like, I'm going to spend more time trying to find it online, find the scene, watch it, and I was like, ugh. Someone will tell me.
Well, thank God for Matthew for hunting it down.
So you
would have been
were
sitting
you
here
watching it online or something?
No.
Oh, you went back.
No,
and
I did.
you
Yeah,
hunted
I watched
down?
it online, and they someone who was there, one of the characters, was like, poison capsule, and he took this little. He was dead in less than 3 seconds.
Are we sure it was because of the poison, or was it because of age? Because
yeah,
let me tell you,
we were about the same age.
It could have just.
Now that James Lott Jr. isn't here, I have now regained.
Yeah, you're the oldest.
The elder.
So, okay, so how do we feel about this storyline? Because I at first was very interested in the storyline, especially with like John's father and his past and everything like that. And then I don't know, I just feel like the dad was so creepy and so like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and wanting John's blood and wanting to brainwash Paul that I suddenly was just like,
is looking like it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, and I have to worry with you, Mark, that
I know exactly what you're gonna say. Let's say it.
That the brainwashing is gonna be the explanation for Paul not being gay anymore.
And
because
which scene made you think that?
When Gabby came in.
Yep, exactly. So it's exactly what I. Yep.
When Gabby came in to visit Paul,
I was like, there's got to be a reason
that
other than the fact that they work together,
right? That
she's coming to see him.
Yeah. And so when she came in and they had dialogue in it, and I was like, well, this is kind of strange. And I was like, well, I mean, she is in the hospital. I mean, she's spending the past few weeks in the hospital. And so, okay, yeah, I get, like, you develop a relationship. It's like a coworker. You're like, oh my God, are you okay? But then there was, like, the way that he looked at her and everything, and it was just kind of like, are you kidding me? I turned into you. Are you kidding me right now?
It was good to be me for a second.
For a second, yeah.
Just for one, though.
You're like, I don't want to spend the whole day like that. But
honestly, I really hope that Days does not do that, because I feel like it goes back to when they created the gay storyline with Will and how careful they were with it. And
that not these people.
Well, right. Well,
so
let me tell you, these people are doing a lot and they're doing the most. But have respect for the fact that, you know, this character has been established as gay, and leave it at that. Be brainwashed, but now you're about to be, you know, very alpha male gay, but still gay.
Yeah. I was thinking in the car just the other day as I was driving about the Dina taking over and all this stuff and all the firings that have happened and stuff like that. And I really just feel like it's a pissing contest. That it's about what I can do to make money, because we are pretty much confirmed that when somebody creates a character, they get a bonus for it being a successful character. And I just feel like it's like, okay, that was his person, I want to bring it. And they don't, as much as they say they do it for the show and they do it for the fans, they're not.
Right.
They're not doing that. Because if you were, you wouldn't bring in these people for a hot second and give them nothing. Talented people who know what they're doing, just because you want to be like, I don't want because you're gone, I'm getting rid of your people.
Don't you think that it would have been more beneficial to the show if they had introduced John's father as someone that we actually know? Like if it had been like Stefano DiMera.
Well, they tried that. This is like the 5th time we found out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and at this rate, I don't care.
You know, and I knew when they introduced the mother, that whole thing, what a debacle that was. I knew it was just going to keep getting worse. Because I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you... That's my thing, is like, I feel like so much of what has happened since this change has been, why? Yeah. Why did you bring back Ava?
Yeah.
Why did you bring back Sean and Belle? Like, I don't get it. And don't tell me it's wait till you see what happens next. No, because you've been saying that and I haven't been impressed.
I just kind of feel like with John...
How do you really feel?
Right. I just feel like...
Here, I'll let you beat me for a second. Now you take it.
And then...
With John's father, I feel like it was just it was too far fetched, I think, for me, as far as like wanting his blood and wanting to like having this whole kind of plan, and you know, basically knowing who he was and watching him grow up and be this, and I don't know, it was just
You know when certain scenes are on the show and you're like, I'm gonna go get water right now.
Pizza rolls.
Yeah, that's it.
Quite a bit.
That's exactly
That
it.
explains my weight gain.
But I will say,
I hope you're not referring to mine.
I will say though, I felt the way the scenes were shot were very interesting. The warehouse and how like
I
all
did
of
have
that.
one good moment.
What's that?
Which was
when Steve goes to give Marlena the gun. He's like, "No, don't shoot me." She's like, "Don't make me."
right.
That was like was worth it just for that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Okay, we can go on now."
Well, speaking of Marlena, and just a reminder, you guys, we will be taking your phone calls regarding each storylines as we always do every week. So be prepared for that. We'll put the number in the chat room, as I've already forgotten what the number was.
Is it up there? Not yet.
So
you can put it up on the screen.
So
Or put it in the chat room.
So Marlena, she is a woman that's like, listen, but I love her. I love her reasoning for putting herself in danger for John, because she's like, this man has put his life in danger for me. Who am I to sit here and not
Twiddle
do something
my thumbs,
for him?
right.
Yeah. But I have to say, when she went back in that room and changed it to her all black, like, she was ready.
She was ready to go.
She was ready to go. She fell in line with Rafe and Steve.
Karate. She totally did a Charlie's Angels karate chop.
She did, but you know what I love? I love when they brought her in. We totally thought that it was like a guard or something, and then Rafe and Steve kind of look at each other like, you know what we need to do? We got to take care of this. And they turn around, they're like, ha! And she's like, oh. I love that. But yeah, it was I don't. And then the discovery of Rafe's mom.
That surprised me. You know what I think I'm really glad. Sorry, I cut you up. Was I stopped reading
the spoilers
and stuff.
Yeah,
like who's coming and when and dates and stuff.
Yeah, I can't
so it was nice. It's like I've been having there's been a couple of those moments with Dario and stuff like that where it's like, okay, today's the day. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that makes it more exciting. So I'm gonna recommend to you guys to not
read spoilers.
Read the spoilers and stuff and see when it really does make it more exciting to watch the show.
But you know what? We talked about this. This is before you came on. Was that we were reading so many spoilers of like who's coming on, who's coming up, and we made a conscious decision to not do that because I can't remember what scene it was, but we weren't expecting. It was like, and we had that feeling again of like excitement of like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Right. And so I really want to encourage fans just to not read spoilers, not look at spoilers.
Soap Opera Digest is gonna hate us.
But
we're gonna stop.
Still read Soap Opera Digest. Just don't take a look at the spoilers.
But here's the difference: is what's coming up in the week is different from telling me now what's coming up in September.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which I think will also be remedied by shortening this taping in so far in advance.
Well, the comings and goings are changing every 14 seconds. So
yeah.
So if you don't like the casting, just keep on watching.
Yeah. Well, let's find out what fans are thinking about this storyline. It looks like we have a caller.
Oh, good.
And we'll take that person. Hello, caller. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Lonnie.
Marnie? Hi. Lonnie, that's right. Hello, Lonnie, from the Long Beach event. I remember. You have a comment regarding the John, Yoling, Paul.
I have a question and a comment.
Okay.
My question is, when they found the mother, why was the mother involved with with Yoling? What is the connection between Yoling and Gary's mother?
Well, you have to remember that's Rafe's mom and Eduardo's ex-wife. So again, Yoling is a part of that whole organization that John and Eduardo were a part of, and both John and Eduardo decided to leave the organization, and they didn't want them to leave. So in order to get them to come back,
I understand.
That's why they kidnapped Marlena and Ari, and they
did talk about that a little bit.
They talked about that during. Hold on. They talked about that during during the scene when
Eduardo was in the hospital.
Yes, and Adriana, as they call her, which is very confusing. There's Ariana and Adriana. That's too much. But she explained it during that scene with Eduardo in the hospital. What's your comment?
And when you think, my comment is, I was wondering if Rafe, Gabby, Dario, and their mother should forgive Eduardo for abandoning them many years ago. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think so. I think that you never forget, but I think that it is time to move on. I think that he is genuinely
sorry for what he
did.
Totally.
And he had a good reason. He's like, listen, I don't want any harm to be done to my kids. Therefore, I'm just going to depart. Yeah. And that's what he did.
I think she will come around.
Yeah, I think they all will. I think Gabby has already forgiven. Rafe is kind of on the cusp. Dario needs to get it together. And she's just come in and lit the fire up again on everybody. So,
and we'll be discussing more of that when we get to that segment.
And I was also, hello?
Yep. Yes.
I was also watching when you were interviewing Heather Liddell. And if they need somebody for Abigail, why don't you bring her back?
That's what we are saying.
That's what we mentioned. So that's a good idea, too. Well, thank you, Lonnie, for...
I hope she doesn't get in hold of Sean and take him away
from Belle again?
What's her name? Not Belle, but the other one that
Jen.
he likes.
Oh, Lonnie?
No, the cop. What's her name?
Yeah, Lonnie Price. Yep,
Lonnie.
That's the cop.
Yeah, I hope if she comes back, I hope she doesn't take him away from her.
Well, that could be another triangle, another headache for Lonnie.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
To see what she would do, what Lady would do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, caller.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
We'll take one more caller on this storyline. Hello, caller. You are on live with AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Jamel calling from Brooklyn.
Hey, Jamel. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hi.
Hi. So you have a comment regarding the John Paul, Yolene, Marlena, Rafe, Steve storyline?
Yeah, I do. First off, I want to say I'm enjoying the show. I was shocked that you had a lot of shows, and I thought that Easter y'all wouldn't, but I'm happy you all.
Well, listen, God, Jesus rose, and we shall too.
I said I did.
Okay.
I said I was an altar boy for long enough. He got a lot of my time in my youth, so now it's time for me.
Yeah.
So what's your comment?
You know what? I wouldn't say I'm enjoying the show, and y'all, but all of you all have been spot on, especially Mark.
Oh, thank you, Jamel.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say especially Mark, but that was friendly.
No, I mean, Mark, you spoke right to my heart, because he was saying, sometimes y'all do interview the cast, and y'all do wonderful interviews, and a lot of times over the past couple of months, they've been saying, oh, wait for this past couple of months.
Yep.
And you clocked them just that fast. I say, boy, you better do it.
Yep.
You got them right there.
Yep.
So they've been saying, yes, they've been saying it's going to come. And I'm like, well, when's it going to come? Because they got it's all crazy and everything. And so you're right. I've been waiting ever since Pastor Pazza, she's gone. I've been waiting for a reason, for it to pick up and be good, but it's not. It has not happened.
Yeah.
But yes, and with you too, Tony, you said about Paul, and with the whole thing that happened with Will being killed, all the way to now, it's still been a something they have not answered. They have not really dealt with in a good way as far as the writing. So now to have them turn straight, and that's almost like saying Freddie Gayaway. I like Days for Lives. I know they're wrong for trying to do that. Just come on. Those y'all been hitting on all the bells for me.
Thank you, Jamal.
Jamel. Paul John's father. I think for me, I was laughing. I said when he died, like y'all was doing. I think he died because they couldn't afford him. That man's an actor. He's in the movie, so I think they just you know what? He took that pill when they said, I can't afford you. So he took this pill, and that's what they did because they couldn't afford that man.
No,
that's the funniest thing I've heard all day, Jamel. Thank you for saying that.
No, he said, listen, I'm an actor. You have me for these amount of days, and when they kept writing them, he was like, it's gonna cost you more money. Yeah. They were like, what can we do? Give a pill. We'll give a pill.
You know what? Yes, because they couldn't afford that man. He's up there with, he do his thing. He's a character actor.
Yes.
He be in the movies and all that. They can't afford that man. I mean, they did the same thing with Donna Mills General Hospital. They can't afford her, so they get her for a couple of days and bam. So we getting hip to the way they do produce the show.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, y'all doing a good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling.
Come in and vent a little bit because y'all getting all the bells and whistles for me.
Thank you so much.
Well, keep watching because we got more to say.
I wanted to say that I think that even in a different direction than the brainwashing him from not being gay, did you all see the scene where where Paul had the vision of being brainwashed?
Yeah.
When he was told that he was the messenger. Mm-hmm. That's exciting to me.
And he was crying.
Exciting for today.
Yeah, because it will be canned tomorrow. No, but I think
wait till Monday.
I hope they hang on to it because I think that I would like to see Christopher Sean spread his wings a little bit because
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Spread his wings a little bit and have him stretch his character a little bit more because he's always such a good guy and he's so sweet, but I love the look of crazy on his face.
Yes.
I think it will be interesting to see if they push the envelope with him.
Well, don't hold your breath.
Well, the only glimmer of hope is that interaction that he had with Henry.
We'll see.
And Henry's supposed to be gay.
I like Henry.
But so maybe.
Did I tell you my
maybe all the
Henry
gays
connection,
are
by
dead.
the way?
I'm sure you probably did.
You did, but you can tell the fans.
Oh, okay. Did I tell you this?
I probably wasn't listening. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to find him on Twitter, and I found him, and started following him, and then I was reading his tweets and stuff, and his mother is Brenda Strong,
Oh, yeah,
who was
that's
on
right.
Desperate Housewives, and Brenda Strong's new husband, John Freeman Boca, directed Tempest Redux at my theater. So, and I've been talking to John, the director, and Brenda have been coming in, so I talked to them a lot, and I was just like, oh my god. So I told John, I saw him the other day, and I said, oh my gosh, Brenda's son, Zach, is on Days. Please, let him know that he's got a fan,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he'll love to hear that.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, I just thought it was such a small world. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is the chances of that?
Small world.
Small world.
You know who doesn't show up at your theater?
Deidre. If I have to throw out your tickets one more time, young lady, wait till she gets in the studio. I'm going to have an out with her.
She's coming.
Yeah,
She's coming.
She'll be in.
So with this storyline, they everyone's finally rescued, but now we're like, going to see what's going to happen.
What's next?
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Probably, I might guess. Should I predict this now? It's going to be boring.
You know what hasn't been boring though?
What's that?
This Maggie Summer storyline.
Well, look at you transition.
Thank you.
Okay.
This week was the week that I finally gave in and liked Summer's performance.
You haven't liked it previously?
Not 1 minute of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to say? It's the week that we found out that she's leaving the show.
That might have been it. I was like, well, she's going. Here we go.
That's Days. That's Days for her. I love her. Well, she's
gotta go.
leaving.
She's gotta
Thanks
go.
for getting
She's gotta
attached.
go.
Right.
Someone mentioned like when Maggie said what happened and about the boy and everything
And
like
the
that.
twilight sleep and...
Yeah. Well, someone said that maybe she might have been raped, and that's where this pregnancy came from.
Well, she said no. She said that it was. I mean, it sounded to me like it was somebody that she liked.
But I didn't understand why they would put the twilight sleep and like why they would make her.
She contradicted herself. Maggie contradicted herself a couple times this week.
Oh, you get her. Go.
She
Get her.
had
Sick
said
her.
that she was in a twilight sleep and she doesn't remember much about the birth of Summer. She didn't tell anybody. But then later she said that and she also said that she had never thought about it. And then an episode later, she was telling Summer that she had to mourn the loss of the baby because she was informed that it was stillborn because
Yes.
she said that she hadn't remembered anything, and next episode she
Well,
remembered it, mourned it, and moved on with her life.
She said she hadn't remembered anything, but she thinks it's because she had suppressed that memory.
Right.
And I guess it fluttered back up with the return of Summer. And then she remembered everything.
Whatever.
Okay. Well, that's it.
I'm not gonna miss the story.
I mean, how are we feeling about this, though?
I just gave you.
I feel
Yeah.
like
You're totally not.
I
in
feel
it.
like I don't love how they're rewriting history these days.
But
Pun intended.
Thank you. I don't love it because people who've been watching the show since the beginning are like, that never happened.
Yeah.
That never happened. We don't know about it, and it's hard to try and fight for a storyline that is so, dare I say, far-fetched.
Yeah, say it.
But I also feel like this is
twice now.
It's already been done, and it was done better with Daniel.
Right.
You know,
Jonas?
Yeah. I think it was. I think the way that was explained was great, but for her to now have a second child, it's just kind of like.
I love Victor though.
The face that Marks make when Daniel is mentioned. Someone hold it.
If a building's on fire,
someone
Daniel,
screen cap that. And
Daniel and Melanie Jonas are in the room. Who are you saving?
Neither.
So mean. Okay,
my mama said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, sit next to me.
Oh, so Summer tells Maggie she's going back to L.A.
Yes.
And Maggie's like, "Don't go. You're my daughter."
Well,
that's my imitation of Maggie.
I see. I love that Summer was very honest with her and basically saying, "I've had a very rough life, and I also went to jail because I stole. I'm still stealing things."
Did she give her back the charm yet?
No.
Oh.
No, but she had a very honest conversation with her, which I thought was interesting.
April agrees with you not to change history, Matt.
Thank you.
Well, let's see what other fans have to say. Looks like we have a caller calling in. Hello, caller. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. We are discussing the Summer and Maggie storyline. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Marie from Georgia.
Hey, Marie from Georgia.
How are you? How you feeling about the Summer Maggie storyline?
Good. I hope I'm hoping this I got it late on the broadcast. I heard y'all talking about Maggie and Summer.
Yeah, we're still talking about them.
On the right storyline.
Yes.
Okay, Maggie told the story to two different people, and I think y'all getting the thing confused.
Oh, okay.
There's no conflict in this story. She said that she had the baby with the boy who worked on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
When she had the child, they gave her this drug, so she was not awake. And while she was out, evidently they took the baby from her and gave the baby away.
Right.
Now,
she did say
when
that.
she woke up, they told her the baby was dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought all these years that Summer had died.
Right.
You see, when Summer blurted out that she was her daughter, it brought back the pain of losing the child.
Gotcha.
You see, so there's no conflict in the story.
Got it.
Everything was fine and sync. She just told it to two different people, but she didn't exactly tell it the same way. But everything she said fit.
Got it. Well, that's why we have you guys, because we know that you keep us in check.
Yes. I love that.
That's why we like when you guys call in.
That's why we have you guys call in.
and I also appreciate you not using the word Daniel in anything you said.
Okay, the story, the devil is in the details.
That's right.
There it is.
You got to get the details to get the story.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in and keeping us straight. And keep tuning in. We may need you to call back.
Keep us in check, Marie.
Yeah. And we'll take one more caller on this storyline. Hello. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, this is Mike from Hollywood.
Hello, Mike from Hollywood.
Are you standing outside?
Hollywood, California?
Yes.
Oh, wow, this is
not West Hollywood, Florida.
Right. Well, this is only like the second person that has called in that's been in the area.
Ariel was
called in, and now Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike. What's your comment regarding the Summer Maggie storyline?
First, I gotta say, Mark, I love you. You're great. You're like my inner gay guy.
Thank you. There's enough of my gay to go around.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
I think I'm gayer around you.
No. No. I think you've always
Give Michael a chance to talk. Michael, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, and with the Summer Maggie storyline, I'm not really interested in the storyline, but I watch it because Maggie's performance has been so good.
Yes.
I'd like to see her get roles and actually be on camera doing something.
Right.
So I watch it.
Yeah. I agree.
That's how I felt about Kayla. Kayla was on the back burner for so long, and when they brought her back to the forefront with this storyline, it's like, there's Mary Beth Evans.
I totally agree.
Yep.
I totally agree about the Kayla, and I like Teresa. Is that kind of in the storyline too?
Yeah, because she's definitely affected by
I like
Summer.
Teresa throughout this storyline, like being the voice of reason. I don't really think this is going to turn out to be her daughter.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too, especially now with the new writers and her leaving the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really like them re-going and changing the history, but at least I get to see Maggie doing something.
Yeah. Well, am I mistaken though? Because this is why we have you guys. Probably is right. I'm
picking on you today.
Yeah, it's okay. That's what I'm here for. Wasn't it when she was found out about Daniel? Wasn't she not able to have kids? Was I mistaken there? I always thought that's why she had because she had her eggs taken out because she couldn't give birth and she was going to do a surrogate.
Yeah, I thought she wasn't able to have kids.
That's why this was weird to me. Yeah, but I could be wrong, and I'm sure someone will tweet me and correct me.
Well, I'm way younger, so I don't know the history either.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But I don't know if you're way younger. Watch what you say, Michael. You had me there for a second.
But wasn't that before? So didn't Summer come before Daniel? If Maggie?
Yeah. And Summer would be 52. I did the math.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
she was
is
born in
that soap
17.
math or real math?
Well, the real math. I googled.
It's like dog ears.
Well, either way, she lived in Malibu, so she would still look like that. Yeah. But Mike, I know that you're excited about the stuff with Maggie, and now we're seeing more stuff with Maggie as far as like the effects of not taking her real medication.
Damos, I like that too, because bringing Maggie's illness back into it.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, like Caroline, they gave her a lot of work last year, and I liked it, even though some of the stuff I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
I just like seeing Caroline.
Yeah.
So I just like seeing Maggie, because a lot of the other soaps actually do still have their older crew doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they should appreciate the older people on here too.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
I agree. Well,
Yeah, and one other comment. You haven't got to the storyline yet, but I don't really like Dario.
Thank you. That makes two of us.
We're leading into the next one, so you're leading us right into the next.
Yeah, I don't like Dario at all.
Yeah.
As Mark would say, he's like Melanie. I'm not feeling Dario.
Wow, that's hate.
Yeah, that's
straight up
strong, Mike. That is strong.
See, I didn't care about Dario until I realized he had a mean streak or an evil side. I'm not mad.
But his evil side is kind of, it's because I actually watched Days during when the other Dario was on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they've made him the same age as Ray, it's just weird and annoying, and I don't like it.
Yeah. I watched him when he was on All My Children, and the character was so flat that I thought when he came to Salem it was going to be the same thing. And
he has a flatness about him now,
Right.
even though he's mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I think after our interview with Francisco, which you can catch on AfterBuzz TV.
I watched it.
Yeah. I really kind of wish they just would have brought him back.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah, I said so. He was a better, I don't want to say better actor, but he was better for the role.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and I think I think it's pretty obvious now, the reason they aged him was to have somebody for Nicole.
But why put him with Nicole?
Is that what the connection? There's a love connection.
So she can stop talking about Daniel.
Anything to make her stop talking about Daniel.
Yeah, she's still talking about Daniel even now.
Yeah.
Well, Mike from Hollywood, we appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark. You're great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Tony, I think you're pretty great.
I think I'm pretty great too.
Mike, I have your money waiting for you. I'll meet you out later. Someone on here said they are agreeing with him, saying #go back to Argentina for Dario.
Yeah.
So,
well, speaking of
the lonely Cyberman says that.
Speaking of Dario.
Yes. Okay. Well, I will say this with the whole the Dario.
The what?
The Hernandez family all coming together. I did like it. I liked seeing the family together. I don't dislike the mother. I think she looked way too young to have all these kids and that old of kids.
But actually, I loved her, like, fiery.
I loved her. I thought I like that she's a nurse, so you think she's gonna end up in the hospital in those scenes and stuff like that. So that kind of made me happy. I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
I like her clapbacks to Eduardo.
Yeah.
Like, Eduardo was like, "How have you been?" She was like, "I don't know. Being a mother and a father, raising 4 kids, and being a nurse." And she just started reading off all the stuff that and I was just like, "You go, girl."
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. I think that the diversity on TV, I'm always for that, 100%.
Yes. And it's nice to see another family.
It's nice to see another family. I guess maybe I don't hate Dario as much as everybody does right now. That could change, you know me. But I like it. I like seeing the dynamics. I like everybody who's on there right now. I don't know. I don't dislike it. And I love A. Martinez. You know that.
I have an opinion.
Oh,
as you should.
I am okay seeing another family. I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
I am mad at Days of Our Lives for the way that they stereotype minorities. I can't stand it.
Like what? What is an example?
Mommy. How? So first of all, she's mommy, which is fine. But then they asked her a question about where she was off to, and she said she was on her way to the carniceria, and then she was like, "Ay Dios mío!" It's so over the top and a caricature of.
Do you think it's a caricature? Because she's being played by someone who's obviously of Latin or Hispanic descent.
And that I understand. Yeah. I just think that it's so over the top. Yeah, I do. I think it's a caricature. I think that it's a little. You don't hear that. You don't. I don't know. I just feel like it's.
I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying too, but I also look at her as like she's probably from that generation that will still has that fiery sense of. She's a fiery person, a survivor, someone who probably will still be that way. And Gabby,
I was just going to say,
is more of the representation of like, what we ideally would see them
up
as
until Ari went missing. I think it was 2 weeks ago. She walked into the police station and she was
speaking in Spanish.
Which is I totally understand. She is Hispanic. I get that, but then it's almost like the way that they're doing the Spanglish, the back and forth, and she's going in and out of English to Spanish. I know that people do it, but I think that it's just on a different level.
But they've done it on Days before.
I know. And I don't.
But last time we had subtitles. Thank you.
Well, that was Japanese, but yeah.
No. It was.
Oh, when they were doing Spanish, yeah. I thought you meant like the last time.
Oh, no. Like back when back in the day they tried that.
Yeah. People are saying caricature.
So it's not. So there, but it's the mommy bothers me.
Mommy bothers me too. What's your name? Do we know her name?
It's
Adriana.
We learned that some days later. Because for a while in my notes I was putting Miss Hernandez. Yeah. And then finally someone said Adriana. And then my thought was,
I had seen it online, like the character name, so I knew what it was too. But I don't like. So it's MAMI.
I don't know.
Yeah, mommy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought they were saying MOMMY.
Mommy.
And I was like, why is a grown man calling his mother mommy? Like it was driving me crazy.
I still call my dad daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's shut up. I think it's just a cultural thing, and looking at the people who are playing these characters, Camila and Galen and A. Martinez. I feel like if in the writing it wasn't something true to the culture, they would have said, listen, we're not going to represent our culture in that way. We don't speak like that. Like someone would have made it a point to maybe correct it. That's just my opinion. Does it actually happen or has it happened? I don't know.
Someone wrote, have them just have full conversation in Spanish with subtitles.
Mommy and Poppy. Okay, so when I see Mommy and Poppy like that, I go, oh, okay, now it makes sense. But I just kept thinking, I don't know, to me it was just funny. I don't know.
But all this week, we've just been seeing, the Hernandez family coming together, and now they're dealing with, an issue that I feel like they've been dealing with for quite some time, which is the fact that Eduardo left all those years.
Yeah.
And now, how this family is going to come to grips with it. But I kind of don't like the fact that the mom is coming in and being like, no one forgive him, no one have anything to do with him.
Yeah.
I think at this point, they're already working on something. They've already made the decision to work on something with him. And I think her coming in and lighting that fire again is kind of taking steps back. And
Well, you have to remember, though, too, they've also now have been around him longer than she has.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they should be a little further along in getting over it than
and,
she is.
and I mean, I don't know, it's day one.
Right.
So maybe she's going to come around in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So, and then also Dario and Nicole's little thing that they're having, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
All right. Well, let's find out how fans are feeling about this storyline. Looks like we got a caller calling in. Hello, caller. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Marie from Georgia again. I just wanted to say something about Adriana. She is Hispanic.
Yes.
And also, she was an actress who was on the Latin soap opera.
Right. I was going to say that, too.
Ratings having been down recently, they're probably trying to boost the ratings. And one way to do it is to get, I think she probably has a strong Hispanic following.
Yeah.
From her time in the Latin soap operas. And by her going back and forth between English and Spanish, that's going to bring that audience in.
Yeah.
And that's going to boost those ratings.
Yep.
So I think in this case, plus because she is Hispanic, you got to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And Gabby is also Hispanic, so I don't think it. And then you don't know whether it's the writers or if it's the actress doing it for the sake of the audience, who they might be trying to bring in for the ratings.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I agree.
I don't like Dario either. The way the writers wrote that thing, they haven't given me a reason to like him.
Yep,
Right.
I agree. They got to earn it.
Irritating.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's coming. Well, thank you again. I had a feeling you were going to call back.
I only have my welcome, so I'm gone.
Okay. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
I love her.
Yeah.
Let's take one more caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Kimberly from Maryland.
Hey, Kimberly from Maryland.
Hey, Kimberly.
Do you want to weigh in on this storyline really quick? Rafe, Gabby, the Hernandez family?
Just a little bit.
Sure.
I just hate that new Dario. He looks old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had just a statement. Can we start a hashtag Bring Will back?
Yeah. Sure, absolutely.
I don't know how they can do it, but can they just bring Will back? When he was on, I know most people like the Chandler Massey, but I actually like the crazier Will because when he was on, like every day, I wanted to get home from work, watch Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Now I can watch it on Friday. I'll watch all the episodes, or a Saturday. It's not the same.
Me too.
And it wasn't because it was a gay storyline.
Yeah.
It was because it was a good storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Thank
crazy. A woman could have played his part, and it would have been just as interesting.
Yeah.
See,
To me, he was just crazy, and I liked it.
and I wish they would have really put him into that lane of like being just like his mom and being like a Sammy Jr.
Which would have been good because that's when I first started watching Days.
Yeah.
When Sammy came on, and that's when I really start watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Kimberly, for calling in and weighing in on the Hernandez family. And keep watching. We got some stuff coming up.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to zip right through tidbits so that we can get to our segments and news and gossip. So, ready, set, go.
Sarah and Hope.
Ridiculous. I kind of understand where Sierra is, and I'm glad that I feel like she needs time to heal, and I think she's doing too much too soon. So
Well, she's supposedly going to see Marlena soon.
well, good.
We'll see what that happens.
Is there any other therapist in Salem besides Marlene?
No, not right now.
Nope.
I don't know.
No. Even our friend Jan Spears went to...
Maxine's son.
I can see with the clipboard and glasses on.
I mean, I'm saying I'm here to solve problems. I just hope that she gets the help that she needs.
And I'm so annoyed that like they're not having more scenes with Brandon and Sierra. Sorry, Sean and Sierra.
Yeah, they're.
I just feel like he's so being wasted, and it's so frustrating to me. I literally get mad every week because I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Yet again, not having a conversation with his sister.
Yeah. Well,
they haven't had scenes since Bo died, I think, right?
Yeah.
Well,
and that was Jason. I don't even know if that was Brandon. That was Jason.
Yeah.
So Teresa and Brady.
Congratulations on getting ready for their big announcement.
Said you want to do it quick.
Hope it goes well. Crossing fingers.
Who?
Deimos and Victor.
Brady and Teresa.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Deimos and Victor. Mm-hmm. Victor, forgive Deimos. I mean, you know you did.
But do you think he's not being serious?
Deimos?
Yeah.
No.
He's poisoning Maggie. Like, clearly he's not being serious.
I love that. Every time she stood up and got dizzy, I got excited.
I thought that was funny.
So mean.
I thought it was funny. I was like, that's 3 times. Like, 3 different times. I was like,
but why is everyone so stubborn? Go to the doctor.
Right.
If you're dizzy like that, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
When I get dizzy like that, I go to the doctor.
The best, though, was like, have you eaten today? Oh.
No, but I
was like, that's so LA.
But I popped a pill.
Yeah.
Or Victor going, did you take your medicine today?
That's what I forgot to do. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
That's right.
I love how on top of everything Victor is.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the most aware character.
Well, you don't become that powerful without being all knowing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Belle and Philip.
Don't care. Still don't care. I can't bring myself to care.
I like them together.
I do like them together. But I still like her with Sean. So I like. See, that's why I'm annoyed because I'm liking it. Like I like her with this Philip. I'll say that. Read between the lines. I like her with this Philip, and I like her with Sean. So I don't see why you would get rid of them because it's such a great dichotomy.
Yes. Look at that.
You just want to use
and
that was on my use a word a day calendar.
Right.
I'm kidding. Totally.
Not kidding. I love the fact that now Belle has bought a club. Now she's going to help Philip with this record company, and it all goes back to help Sierra.
Philip was like, I don't want to help Claire. I don't want to help her.
Well, no. Well, Claire was like, yeah, why you keep trying to buy me off?
Yeah.
And then finally she was like, okay, like, I'll do it.
Was anybody? We didn't have this on there, but it relates to Philip. The scene with Roman and Philip, that kind of threw me. I was a little kind of like, I don't really get what.
Like Roman has no reason to be.
I just don't understand. Like he's like, I'm watching you, and I'm like, what did he ever do? I don't know.
Well, he explained it. He was like, because Belle is with my nephew, and we still consider her family.
It's just dumb.
Well,
so clearly something else is going to be going on there because why else would they be talking?
All right,
so that's it.
And that has been Tidbits, and now on to our segments, and we're going to start with my segment, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. That's it.
Here we are.
All right, so I'm going to give my official 3 Snaps Award to...
Drumroll, please.
The guard who was guarding John, who came in and told John, can you please stop making all that noise? I'm tired of coming in here. He
totally did that. Go ahead.
He's basically like, look, you locked up.
Yeah.
I don't need to come in here all the time.
Yeah.
Settle down.
But did you find it odd? Did anyone? I'm probably the only one that noticed this. But did you see like there was a part where he stopped talking, he turned around, he moved the stool, and then he came back, and then he didn't say anything, and then he just left. And I was like, why did you move? Like he moved it like a foot. I'm like, what was that even? Like, was that improv?
It's showing him.
I don't know.
It was him.
It was odd.
Trying to do work. So
I guess
the guard watching John, who was tired of coming here and looking at him and checking in on him, gets Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
All right, and now moving on to our next segment is
the disaster moment of the week. Flickering lights.
There we
go.
There they are.
All right.
Matthew, take it away.
Hi, folks. So the disaster moment of the week.
Is there an image I need to see?
There will be.
Okay.
May make you feel like you're Neo in the Matrix, like Paul right here.
Okay. Totally.
But that is actually not the disaster moment of the week.
Okay.
I just thought the similarity was absolutely incredible. Doesn't it look just like him?
Yeah.
It can be a cheesy line, something inconsistent within the storyline, bad hairdos, or when you look just like Farrah, Jacqueline, and Kate from Charlie's Angels, like Steve, Marlena, and Rafe.
That's fantastic.
That's funny. That's a good one.
Thank you.
That's
And
good.
that has been the Disaster Moment of the Week. And now we move on to Mark's
There it is.
Quote of the Week. Give it to us, Mark.
So my quote of the week this week, this is a first for me. So my quote of the week is
So dramatic.
very dramatic. Is not a funny quote.
No.
Okay.
It was just something that I was just like, aw. Like, just really made, I literally was like, aw.
Yeah.
It goes to Steve Johnson, Patch, when he was talking to Kayla, and she goes to leave the room, and he's like, sweetness. And she goes, please don't call me that. And he says, I can't call you anything else. And I literally was like, oh, that's so sweet. Because I remember when we were talking about, like, now that they're back on and they have the big storyline, when he came on that first episode, and the show ended with him going, hi, sweetness. I was like, oh my God, I forgot he called her sweetness.
Yeah.
So I just kind of, I don't know, I love that he calls her sweetness because I hated when Bo called Hope fancy face, but whatever. So I had to give him my quote of the week because I just thought that was so sweet when he said, I can't call you anything else.
My best
So
friend who
sweet.
watches the show will talk to each other, and he'll answer the phone, and I'll say, hi, fancy face, and he'll say, hi, sweetness.
And
Gang.
that has been Mark's Quote of the Week. All right, and now let's get into our fan of the week.
Our fan of the week this week goes to Sarah, not you, Sarah Miller. I already gave it to you. She's at red_socks Sarah on Twitter. It was in regards to my tweet about Billy not getting his Emmy nomination. She wrote, travesty. First learning that Sal, Martha, and Brandon are leaving, and now this. I need a hug and a pizza roll.
That was a good one.
I love that it was a single pizza roll.
Well, congratulations.
So Sarah's going to get my fan of the week this week.
Yay! And now let's move on to some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so really quick, all of you fans who are in the New York area, Dual Coast Events will be having an event in New York on September 10th. So you can join Brandon Beamer, Brian DiTillo, Billy Flynn, and Eric Martzoff, and me. I will be hosting it in New York, September 10th. For details, check out dualcoastevents.com to find out how to purchase tickets. And I'm not the only one doing events.
No, I will be doing the Daytime Star events in Toronto, Canada on July 23rd with the one and only Billy Flynn and the one and only Rob Wilson. It's going to be a 5-hour cruise of Toronto.
How fun.
Yeah, it's
I
going to
love
be
that.
fun. I'm excited. And then all the online and live auction proceeds will benefit the American Lung Association. So for those of you that can't go to the event, there's an online part of the auction too, so you can still bid on things and there'll be items and stuff like that. So just because you're not going, you can still participate. So check out www.daytimestarevents.com for more information. She has like a frequent asked questions on where to stay and all that kind of stuff. So it's very helpful if you're interested in going. And most importantly, she's doing a payment plan. So if you don't
nice.
have the money up front, she'll let you pay $1 a day.
She's
I'm
wonderful.
kidding. That's not true, Sarah.
She is wonderful.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so I think that's great. Because I would have loved those when I was young and watching Days.
And you're staying with, you're going to try and stay with Billy Flynn,
And I'll be
right?
staying in Billy's room.
And
Don't tell Gina.
I have a special announcement. So a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I bumped into Jason Brooks and invited him into the studio for a spotlight on. Jason has accepted our invitation and will be joining us next Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific for our spotlight on. So we're really excited to have Jason Brooks, ex Peter Blake.
Yay.
And of course, you guys know this week they announced the nominations, the official nominations for the Daytime Emmys. And we want to give a special congratulations to Missy Reeves, True O'Brien, Peggy McKay, and Mary Beth Evans. There is one other person that we want to give a special congratulations to, but I think we should call this person.
Let's call her.
Let's call her.
Get her on the phone.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Gail. Call her.
Hello.
Is this Miss Cassie DePaiva?
Well, who is this?
Well, hello. This is Tony, Matthew, and Mark from a little show called DISHIN Days that you have spent much of your time on.
Well, you know what? I think I remember.
She's like, how'd you get my home number?
A character on a soap opera called Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Cassie.
I'm just giggling. I'm so happy.
We, can I tell you, I was so excited
me too.
when they announced that you were nominated for a Daytime Emmy because we have gave you so many accolades as your portrayal of Eve Larson, and we were so devastated at the way that they just kind of let the character go that we felt like, since you're a friend of the show, that it was only appropriate to call you and say officially, congratulations on your Daytime Emmy nomination.
Well, I feel like y'all are part of, like the presidents of my fan club. So it's kind of exciting.
Yes.
So this whole DISHIN Days is really just Cassie DePiva fan club.
Yes, it is 100%.
I love you guys,
Definitely.
And I thank you enough for all those sweet comments and your support and your love and your hand snaps and all the stuff.
We love you, Cassie.
How are you feeling about the nomination?
You know what? It's just kind of delightful.
Yeah.
It's everybody goes, oh, it's just nice to be nominated.
Yeah.
It is nice to be nominated. It's nice to be recognized.
Right.
I know what went into playing that arc of grieving, and the interesting part when I was on DISHIN Days was it hadn't even aired yet. And I had been released from the show, so I was thinking, wow, wait till the fans see that. Because it was so good, and that's why I couldn't understand.
No
and
one
then
could.
when it did air, and everybody was like, wow, that was really powerful. When I say it feels right, it's all good. And I'm really glad that the writing was really powerful. I just stepped into the right place at the right time, and
you
it
were
worked
wonderful.
out. And I worked with such phenomenal people. And I'm so happy for Melissa Reed and her story. I think was fantastic. And True O'Brien and Peggy McKay. And my dear friend Mary Beth Evans.
Yeah.
It's just the best.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Well, we are so excited for you, and we have all of our fingers, eyes, and toes crossed that you are walking away this year at the Daytime Emmys with your Emmy. And then you can bring it into the studio, and we'll replace it with, we'll give Chandler's his back, and we'll keep yours for a little bit.
Well, I'm just really happy, and it's going to be fun just to go there and celebrate the genre that I love,
Yes.
and to see all the friends, and to be able to sit there and be proud of representing Days of Our Lives. I was very proud to be a part of that show, and I'm very proud to represent it. And while I was there, it was great. I have no regrets.
And it was a nomination well deserved.
Yes, we truly believe that. And the fans still miss you, so we're still on the bring Eve back trail.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
There's some weddings coming up, and there's some things that are happening. So I'm kind of hopeful that they'll go, oh, we got to bring her back, stir some stuff up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows?
Cassie-
Who knows?
Cassie, can I ask you a really important question about this Emmy nomination? Most importantly, have you gone dress shopping yet?
No, do you want to go with me?
Oh my God, I was going to say, can I go with you?
I don't know which is harder to pick out your Emmy reel
Yeah,
or
the dress.
what you're going to wear.
Yeah.
If Mark's going,
there
I'm
with
going.
And if they're going, I'm here too.
You're going to be the only one walking around town with 3 homos.
Going
Buying an Emmy
Yeah,
dress.
come on, let's go shopping. Y'all can help me pick out
Let's
something.
do it.
That'd be
We can
so
do a
much
segment
fun.
for DISHIN Days.
Oh my God,
Shopping
that would
with
be-
Cassie.
Yes.
Shopping with Cassie. We're gonna set that up.
Okay, let's figure it out, and we'll just do some shopping. You know that I'm a bargain shopper because I'm not going to be paying high price.
There you go, Atta girl.
Listen, I
That's
hear
it.
you. Well, Cassie, thank you so much for accepting our phone call, and once again, congratulations on your Daytime Emmy nomination.
Congratulations.
Well, I love and miss you guys, and I cannot thank you enough for
your friendships. I mean,
thank you.
I had such a fun time on your show.
Well,
I can sit in Dish Days anytime. Thank you guys for really including me in your lives as well.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cassie,
thank you.
I am the newest co-host, and I didn't have the pleasure of meeting you, so you'll have to come back in for another interview, and we'll hang out here.
Well, that's 2 snaps there for me. That's great.
Perfect.
I love it.
I'll have to come back.
Yes, please do.
We'll work all that out.
All right, y'all be looking at some catalogs and
Done.
Okay.
That's what we're doing at our computers right now.
Yeah, I already have ideas.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie.
Listen, have a joyous Easter.
Thank you. You too.
Happy Easter. And tell your husband we said hello too.
Okay, Tony. All the best. Love you. Hugs and kisses.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I love Cassie.
Have fun.
So fun. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is it for AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. I wanted to. We have like 30 seconds, really quick, to as far as like how you feel about Lonnie, Belle, Sean, and someone else being
stupid.
Yeah, totally dumb.
One word.
I think it's the wrong decision, but
horrible.
You'll have to tune in next week, and we'll definitely rant about that. Before we go, Mark, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at Billy. Oh, sorry. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE, and on Facebook / the Mark J. Freeman.
And you can find me at Mr. Matthew Evan on both Instagram and Twitter. Find me, follow me, love me.
And of course, you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. Stay tuned, because right up after us, we have the GH Report with your very own James Law Jr. We'll see you guys next Sunday for another DISHIN Days. Have a happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Hippity-hoppity.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.